So yeah, people ask me about challenges all the time. I had a challenge. I had two challenges: 25,000 to a million. That was
Oh
trading, and then
wow.
I used to play blackjack professionally for eight
Blackjack?
months. Yeah, blackjack. You know, the casino. Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible thing. Yeah, you don't ever get involved with gambling. If you do, you should be the house. Like create a site where
Casino.
people trade on your site. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Did
But
you make
yeah,
money from that?
I made $180,000 in 8 months. But
Yeah.
people say, "Hey, man, that's so cool. You'd go to a casino." I'm like, "No, it was a stressful time." How stressed do you get about trading?
Sometimes it gets like very hard. Like sometimes like I have all this to do and I do this and sometimes it gets pretty stressful, but when that happens I usually just take a step away and like take a little break or something. That's
Okay.
honestly. I
Yeah,
don't get
because
too stressed though.
I've lost 30 to 40, probably like 45, probably like 47,000 in a day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Do you think you're going to be correct about a position? Now, what was great about the position is I made like 38 of it the day before, and I
Oh,
held through earnings a couple of times, and I've learned my lesson never to hold through earnings because earnings can be great and
yeah.
the stock can go down, or vice versa. Have you ever learned a lesson like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually with earnings also, it's a flip. It's honestly it's a coin flip. It's straight gambling. But sometimes I still do it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I did Microsoft calls a couple days ago
Sure.
and I did that. But another lesson I definitely learned was trade your like my plan. Like okay, I had a plan going into this ticker and I was up like 50, 60% and I got very greedy and I moved my sell order. Sometimes I put my sell orders right when I buy it, like for my target.
Right.
And then I moved my sell order up, and then I ended up down in the position. So honestly,
Okay,
don't get
so I'm going
greedy.
to hold
Trade your
right there
plan.
because I do the same thing. I buy like let's say I bought it $1 and I put in whatever it is, and it's $1.40 now. I'm like, well, we're there already. I only
Yeah,
wanted 40%, and I say to myself, oh, if they're paying $1.40, they'll pay 180, right? And they never do.
yeah, that's exactly how I think too sometimes. But it's
Right.
always never ends up well. And then the
Right,
time
and
that
then
I
you're
want to do
down.
it,
You go from up 40 to like down. You're like, what happened?
yeah,
Right?
exactly. And then the
It's
times that
crazy.
you don't move it up, dang,
Yeah,
you go all the way up. But
yeah,
it's fine,
400.
It's like you gotta just be happy with what you're up. You have to think about it like kind of like a video game, to be honest. It's just like it's like a bunch of lines on a screen, and you're trying to buy it low, sell it high, and
Right.
make money.
You game too? Are you a gamer?
I game a little bit.
Okay, so you game, you play sports, you're in AP classes,
Yeah,
you trade. What else do you do? Impress me, man.
I'm like working on a couple of projects right now. I'm not sure if you know NFTs, but yeah, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
working on a
yeah.
project.
Tell me more about what you're doing with an NFT. I'm curious.
I'm making a project right now. It's gonna come out in like a month or two. Like the rest is like I haven't said anything about it.
Bro, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we don't have to then. But does that make you like when you're getting involved with NFTs, does that make you on the creative side, like you're drawing something out or whatever
So
have you?
I'm
Or
not
are
the
you
one drawing it out, but it's like it's this is how it is. It's basically like you're creating a concept, like you're creating an art and you're having an artist do it for you, and then you advertise it on Twitter and like you make a sick roadmap. Like every NFT has a niche. Like one could be helping people. One like there's one right now just sold up. The niche is like stoners, like people smoking. It's like a group of people that smoke
I'm
and they
probably there, bro.
yeah, it's like a group of people that smoke, and then they like made an NFT, and like they all support each other. Like everything has its niche. Like Bored Ape Yacht Club, you have to have heard of them. Huge.
So do you think
There's,
it's marketing then to
I
make
think it's,
NFTs big? Do you think there's a real purpose, like for baseball cards, records,
I think
music,
it's,
or do you think it's like digital marketing?
I think it's all the connections it gets to you, and like the feeling of being in a community. Like, okay, like say you buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club, you're getting entered into a yacht club with everyone else who can afford $200,000 for a little picture on a screen. So you're
Right.
talking to all these other people that can afford, a picture on a screen. They have to be all millionaires. So in my
Yeah.
opinion, it's a lot of just getting connections and like the stuff it gets you into and the niche of the NFT.
Yeah. So what's your feeling on the metaverse then? Does Mark Zuckerman have it right with Facebook? I mean, is everything going to be metaverse
So
related?
the thing about the metaverse is like there's not a lot to it right now. Like no one knows what could happen with the metaverse.
Right.
It could be the future and it could be nothing. It could be a big like
Yeah. Well, what does a
scam.
smart 14-year-old kid think about it?
I think it's definitely like gonna be like the hype for at least the next year or something.
Yeah, I know
But
because I'm with you on NFTs. I think NFTs are going to blow up. I have conservative friends that know nothing about anything, and when they say they like something, whether it be crypto, 5 years ago or whatever it is. And they told me NFTs like a year and a half ago. And I don't know if they were early or late. Probably late to the market, right?
Early.
NFTs have been out for a while or no?
No, they just started getting big like now, a couple
Oh,
months.
okay. So yeah, they were ahead of the class.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. I got a good story for you. This is pretty cool. So when I was back and I was probably in like my 20s, and I wanted to say this earlier, right? The reason I got involved doing what I'm doing now is because it's completely unfair the way the institutions treat like you and I, the retail trader, right?
Yeah.
So my buddy he worked for Stephen A. Cohn Capital, SAC, hedge fund, big guy. Anyway,
Sure.
so he used to come over to my place and he had this thumb drive, but I don't even know if USBs were around back then, probably like year 2000. Who knows? That's how old I am, right? So he used to put it in my computer and then he used to do things to my screen and show me things about stocks that you wouldn't even imagine possible. And this is back like 20 years ago. So to me, the institutions rob the retail trader, right? Like when Goldman Sachs is coming out with money and they want their earnings to be up, where do you think they get the money from? They're looking to steal your money, right?
How do you think they do that?
Oh, well, they make all these derivatives. Oh, so you don't agree with me? Oh, this is a good conversation then.
No, I agree with you. I'm just like because I
Oh,
know you have a hedge fund background and stuff, right?
oh yeah. I used to manipulate the market. Well,
Oh yeah, like
this
can you
is what I'm
explain more
saying. I
than that?
mean,
Because like I'm curious. I don't know much about that, like the institutions and the
oh,
hedge
it's
funds and
great.
stuff
You're
like
talking
that.
about news stories before, right? So you would come out with a news story. You'd be like, oh, Biogen, or biotech company, blah, blah, blah. They're going to get approval within the next 3 days. And you'd release the news story. And what happens to the stock, right?
It goes up, and you have the
Right.
insider information.
Right. Remember they said that Global Stat was going to be the satellite provider for Apple telephones. Do you remember
Yeah,
that story?
GSAT.
Yeah. And the stock went from like $1 to like $3.
Oh
And then
wow.
they all tanked it. They all pumped it and dumped it. So some stocks are easier. There are stocks today. I won't talk about them because I'll definitely get myself in trouble because there are people that follow these stocks and they're big supporters. And they're like, why would you talk badly? You used to love that stock. And now I get haters there too. So,
Yeah, that's crazy. Basically just manipulating the market, and like you're making money from that.
well, let's say, okay, let's say you like a stock and you like some penny stocks or you
Yeah.
did. Okay, so you're playing pre-market and you see it up. Well, see, it's tough because you go for the most active stocks that have high volume. When the stocks are trading 40 million shares, I can't manipulate them.
Oh
But
yeah,
when they
yeah. And
trade
they're trading
150,000 on average, at 96 cents each, and they only trade, quarter million a day.
short.
Yeah, with $1 million, you can make that stock look terrible for days in a row.
Yeah. Like that's STRN the last couple days. I'm not sure if you know that one.
No, I have so many stocks. I
Yeah,
follow.
all
Oh,
those low float pennies, they be
yeah.
getting like they low volume days been like messing them up.
I got a favorite penny stock. I'll say mine, then you say yours. ILUS, and that's just a
Oh,
favorite of mine.
ILUS.
Yes, because I made like 100% once, and I should have made
Oh,
like
yeah.
300%. So I just followed that one stock.
They just had a shareholder meeting in Vegas, I think. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
well, good for them. Vegas is a good
Yeah.
town. You'll know that in about 5 years. Can't go at 18. You got to wait for 19, bro.
Yeah. 19? Why not 18?
Oh, you'd be dangerous. I grew up
Uh,
in New York City, so I was going to clubs and bars at 14, right? Because that's
Yeah.
what people did. So then when I got to college, people said, "Hey, you want to go to this? We're going to New York." I'm like, I grew up in New York. I don't want to go to a club. I've been there when I was 14. So,
Yeah.
so let's go to our watch lists, okay? Because my watch list goes pages long. But if I were going to talk about like 2 stocks that I might play coming up, I would probably play. I mean, there's so many good stocks to play. What do you think about the market right now?
I think that like you just play the trend. Honestly, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
Whatever the
that's so
trend is
easy
for
to
the day,
do.
I'm just playing it. And like the last couple of days too, if whenever it's too heavy on one side, I just do the opposite, and I've been making money like that.
Yeah, contrarian. It makes what you're saying is perfect sense. By the way, what you're saying took me I spent 6 years on Wall Street,
Oh yeah.
and then it took me another 18 past that. So please keep doing what you're doing. All right.
will,
I
thank
mean,
you.
even if you have tough days, and here's an idea. And it sounds like you do this, but set some money aside. It sounds like when you make good money, take it out. If you make like 10 to 50, take 50 and take it back to 10. Put 40 aside if you want to start a new account. You'll have 2 at 10. But it's a safeguard. You're not going to have that $1 million trade,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be in that position because if you put yourself in a position to have $1 million trade, you probably could put yourself in a position to lose, $50,000 at a minimum.
Yeah, it's crazy. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, small. I tell everybody small piles. And people don't understand this, right? I have a trader friend, $84 took it in 5 weeks to 20,000.
What?
Yeah, one of the guys on my site. He started at 2,500, worked down to
Oh,
$84. Was one of those guys. I'm gonna quit, and we're like, nah, dude. Just here's what you do, and you take it slow. I call it the Romeo rule. His name's Romeo. So he takes one option at a time. That way, if you're wrong, say you buy an option, you're wrong by 20%, right? And you were like, I was gonna buy 5, but I only bought 1. I'm off
oh
20%.
yeah.
You create a sale for yourself.
I
So,
I haven't even taken any money out of my account yet, to be honest. Actually, I think in a little bit, but I've
yeah,
just been compounding it.
yeah, I'm sure you're crushing it. I'm jealous. I have. You were talking about FOMO before. I have FOMO all the time. I exit out of something and I just watch it, and I'm like, if it doesn't go
Oh
down, I want to
yeah.
get back in.
Man, the last couple days, like the last couple of weeks, actually, I've just been trading like a lot of SPY and QQQ options, and the amount of
Mhm.
times I sell, and then it goes so much more. It's crazy.
I hear that. Last week, see, here's what I told myself this week. I only made one trade today, and then I sold some stuff. But last week, I traded 200 trades. Okay. Now
200?
I have time, and I tried multiple accounts. 200 though.
Wow.
How sick? I mean, what's the most you trade in a day? Say you have a winning day. You're in and you're out. You're in, you're out. How many
Like four
trades
to
can you make?
five
4 to 5.
max. But today I did like 3 trades. And I ended the day red actually. But I was down a lot more, and then I came back with I played in Mew calls at the end of the day. And then a couple other I played a penny stock, a couple other things. But yeah, sorry,
Okay,
off
well,
topic.
PB, I don't want you to feel bad. So let's just tell everybody today is what's today? Monday, Tuesday, Monday, right?
Monday the 31st.
Monday the 31st, and the market was off the chain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Ripping.
Okay, so I lost $16 today between all of my accounts that I managed.
Oh wow.
16 bucks I lost today. You turned out right today. People think it's a green day and everybody makes money,
Yeah, no, I
right?
lost money today. I lost a couple $100.
Yeah, so people shouldn't feel bad. I actually do the best on days where it's like 4 to 2 decline against advancers. So it's usually a red day, but I figure out the turnaround stocks. I'm very good at that.
Oh yeah, like the bounces and stuff. Like
Yeah, so yeah, I can see demand, and then I wait for a day where it sells off, and I already know there's demand. Like I'll give you a stock, Starbucks, Dow stock. It'll probably be, and I saw your AMD tweet, so we'll cover both those. Starbucks, I think it's at $96. I'm pretty sure it'll be 113 within, I'd say, 2 months. Which you made a tweet about AMD at 100,
yeah.
and you could have gotten probably like 103 or 104.
Yeah.
And I believe you said it was going to 120 or 30. It could.
Yeah, I
I
said
mean,
in
in a good
this
market,
week if it
right?
has good
Mine
earnings.
assumes a good market as well.
Yeah.
So what else do you like? AMD, I get that one. Do you have any other big names?
The penny stock that I like, I forgot to tell you
Oh
when
yeah.
we were like, I like NAFs, NAFS. So the accumulation is actually every single day, the accumulation's been going higher and higher and higher, even on red days. So I'm like, when the stock was trading at 0.2, the
Mm-hmm.
accumulation is now higher at 0.009, which means people are not selling, to keep buying and buying and buying. Like
Okay, let me
I've
show
been
everybody where that is. Okay, so 002 is here. So we're
no
about 3 and 7
0.2,
here.
0.2.
Okay, so we're three
Yeah.
cents here. 0.00. Okay. Yeah, so we're a fraction here. There was heavy buying volume. So when did you see it? Right around here at
I
the end
bought
of
it
the
at
year?
6.
Oh, up
Zero
here?
zero six, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So just so everybody knows, there was buying right before the end of the year. I don't know the stock, but again, the symbol is NAFS. And here we go. Got huge demand, sell off here, and we're still above. So you're 30% up holding, correct? You still have it, I'm assuming.
50% up.
Okay, but you're still, yeah, now you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still
totally. I'd
holding
still be
most.
holding. Now, what I'd be worried about is if you check out the last couple lines, you'd see the volume's getting kind of light. So
Yeah.
that might worry me only because the last time volume was light, next time you had a spike, you had a huge outflow. But I don't know, it keeps going higher. It looks good to me. Let's check out the year.
Do you
How
use
high do
any
you think you can
indicators?
go? Because right now it's right about here. This is the
Yeah.
level. So what are you looking for out of it?
So actually, they just got a new CEO. So I'm trying to hopefully he brings an update or something or a tweet, which they said that they should. They tweeted it, but I don't know. I'm basically riding free
Okay.
shares, kind of. I
All right,
still have a little
PB, I
bit.
gotta share something with you. You ever heard someone tell you history repeats itself?
Yeah,
Okay, check it out, right? It's right here at this level, okay?
yeah.
How much of the time is it above where it's at now?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay. So we all make our own decisions. And again, you could tell me, Matt, it was 0.02. That's what I'm selling it at, which is cool because that's your strategy, right? If that's your
Yeah.
strategy, I'm not talking about anything. I just like to see if something's okay, if something goes down, this is a strategy I love. And 90% of the time, it's higher than where it is now. Then I'll be like, okay, it's just a matter of time before it turns.
Yeah. And to be honest, I probably won't sell it around there. I'll sell it probably like over 0.1, 0.12,
Okay.
0.13, but
Take another
it's obviously
50%.
it's a risk. Yeah, like right now I have a level where if it gets down to that level, I'll probably like, get out and take my loss, like, because I have a
Do
plan
you
with
use a
the stock.
sliding scale?
No, I
Like,
don't. It's just like
okay.
if it gets to this mental level,
Yeah.
then I'll get out. But sometimes I do stop losses, but not too
Have you ever
much.
been ripped in one day where you're just like, you're in math class and then you get out of math class and you check out your penny stock and it totally, what's the
Yeah.
most it's
Most
ripped?
with
Like,
options. Oh, ripped? Like it
yeah, no,
ripped?
ripped down though, down, where
Oh,
you're like, what? It's down 23. Like,
yeah, like, what, a couple of days. Okay, IGEX a couple of weeks ago, I had it, and then I looked at my account, it was down 30%, 35%. And this is just one of the occasions. Like one time I had a stock, it was a custodianship, it was a OTC, and then I looked at my account and it was down 55%. That was one of my biggest losses.
my theory of penny stocks is it's kind of like crypto, but now crypto's available. So, we haven't spoke about crypto.
Yeah,
But okay, so my theory in penny stocks is it's going to take me 3 years for anything substantial to happen for my penny stock to be worth 87 cents
yeah.
or 42 cents or
So I don't even use them as long term. I use them as trading
yeah.
devices. Like to me, they're trading devices.
Okay, how many shares do you buy? Let's say point zero
Um,
zero three six. What are you
zero
buying?
zero three six, a
Yeah,
couple million.
a couple million shares. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Let's talk about crypto real quick, okay? I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory, and then you tell me how interested in crypto you are and what your thoughts are.
Okay.
Okay, my conspiracy theory was, and I did this about a month ago. We saw Bitcoin starting to turn. I said, no, 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 no. China holds 3 times as much crypto as the US, government and the people, 3 times as much. Chinese market was beat up last year 40%. Chinese New Year starts tomorrow. Okay. Chinese market has finally recovered a little this year, but it could be government funded because we know the Chinese government, or you might not
Yeah.
know, the Chinese government does things like that and they don't tell us. They'll throw money in and make it look good. It's like taking a piece of poop and putting it in a gift box and making it look like a
Oh,
present.
so I make it look good when it's really bad.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Because we all know about the housing crisis. So my
Yeah.
theory on Bitcoin or crypto, right, is that every time it goes up, because the declines are so
They
drastic,
are.
it's like it steps up and then it just one day, and that's something that tells me that not a trader would do because a trader would sell off small, so you hardly notice it, right? You don't want to affect the market because you want the best price.
Yeah.
So I think the Chinese government is selling their crypto off, and I believe it's going to stop in about 2 weeks. That's my theory.
They're
What do
gonna
you
stop
think?
selling?
Yeah,
So then those should
they've
go
been
up then
selling
after?
for 2-3 months. I think it's almost bottomed. I don't believe it yet. I think we could still revisit 35, 36 again, go down tomorrow, the
Yeah.
next day.
So like I do hold some crypto. To trade NFTs, you need to have crypto like Ethereum. So I hold
Right.
that. I think that crypto it's getting close to a bottom, but it's not at the bottom yet. I agree with you, to be honest. Not I don't know about the whole China stuff because like
Right.
I'm not that
Oh no,
educated
no,
about that
I'm
stuff
just I
yet.
conspiracy theory, bro.
Oh
If it
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense in
yeah,
my
yeah,
mind,
yeah, yeah. Maybe you're right. I have no idea.
oh no, I'm definitely not, but it's a
Oh,
good one.
but yeah, I believe like it might have a little more downside yet, but a bottom's definitely coming soon. Like I saw something it said like Bitcoin, it runs in cycles. It rips to new highs, and then it usually takes a 40 to 50% decline, and then it does the same thing and the same thing.
No, I think the year that everybody's waiting for is 2024, where they half the life of Bitcoin, which means for the amount of energy and math that you do to produce a Bitcoin, they cut it in half. So instead of getting one, you'll get a half. They
Oh
half the lives like I thought it was like 4 or 8 years. I thought they did it again maybe in 2018. I think the next time is like 2024.
yeah.
So right before that, obviously, it's like supply demand, right? You cut the supply in half. There's the
Oh,
demand's
like
the
a
same.
split or something.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
like a split.
Similar.
Yeah.
So do you follow any cryptos though? Because like
Yeah. So I do have like some Ethereum in my NFT account because like that's how you buy NFTs through Ethereum. But
Hmm.
and then I also have XRP,
Okay.
which is like a little lotto for me. Like if their lawsuit goes through, it should rip. But
Okay.
I don't have a lot in there. There's
So
more
you
money
sound
I
like
could
some
lose.
YouTubers, right? Because they love to talk
Yeah.
about XRP, and I saw your face light up, and people like to talk about it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So when is that lawsuit going to be settled? Do you know?
No idea.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I have no clue, but I hear people talking about it. Interests me. And what other tokens do you like?
I traded Sheep a couple times.
Okay, but you
Uh,
so you're not so like okay. I'm into Uniswap because it does this or basic attention.
no,
You're
I don't.
more. I like the chart. So you're going in.
Yeah, well, honestly, let me tell you something. So I had a Robinhood account with like a couple of thousand in it. Okay, I threw it all in Dogecoin at 0.1. No, maybe a little more expensive than that.
Let's say 14 cents. It was hovering 14 cents for a while, then it shot up to 72.
No,
Oh,
0.014.
0.01, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
How much did you
So
have of Dogecoin?
I had 70,000 tokens. I maybe wasn't the exact
Okay,
amount, but
so we'll say like $500 or $900, one of those. I
you know
guess it'd be
what?
like
Yeah, I bought a little bit there, and then I bought more, probably like 5, 6, 7 cents. I had a
okay.
total like 70,000 tokens,
And you've
and
missed out
then
on 500%. Okay.
N
So you would have been
and
about
then
$40,000. I just like to do the math.
yeah, but no, I
900
didn't
would have been
sell them there.
40,000.
I did a dumb mistake, so I ended up selling them at like 0.7 or 0.8 or something.
Yeah.
I got like $6,000 out of it, and then I was this is right when I started, like not right when I started, but I was still
It's
learning.
helpful. You just made
Yeah,
6 grand you didn't have, right?
yeah, and then I put a
Feeling
lot
good.
in Mara puts, and then I
Yeah.
lost a lot.
We all have stories like
Yeah,
that, right?
and
It's
instead of
crazy.
making like 50,000, 40,000, I lost it all.
It happens to all of us. I mean,
Yeah.
you're dealing with it quite well. I used to get upset at myself and I used to punish myself by saying I couldn't trade for a week. And yeah, it's
That's a
crazy,
good
right?
punishment.
It didn't help me though. Because if you step aside, let's say you play football, right, or basketball like you do. I went to 5 star, by the way, back in the day
Oh,
at
wow.
Curry College. Yeah, that just tells me. And I haven't grown since. So I used to be a point guard and then I couldn't dribble. And then, oh, sorry, I started out as a power forward, right? Because I
Oh,
was 5'7" when I was
I
12.
said. Oh,
Now I'm
wow.
5'8", right? So I'm not growing. Power forward, small forward, off guard, point guard, and I can't handle the rock. I can shoot. I can't
Oh,
handle.
so you're like a
So
shooter.
I was at 5 star, and I'm one of the smaller guys there, and they were just stealing the ball. I got sat on the bench so many times.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. At least you got it, got in.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun for the time, right? Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm super impressed by you, and I'll just say it right now. I hope we could do this again. I
Yeah,
hope
for
in a couple
sure.
weeks you would totally do something with me because maybe we could talk more about specific stocks or positions. Because between your age and my age, there are so many new traders out there, like 30 to 50 million, literally within the last years. I mean, you fit the
Yeah.
category right there. And I just don't want institutions ripping them off. I left Wall Street. I said I was never going to trade again
Why?
because it was so corrupt. Now they just find it a different way. All right, here's a scenario, right? And last story. You got an analyst comes out. He says, I like Alibaba. This is like months ago. It was like $150. He likes Alibaba at 190, or maybe it was 190. He likes Alibaba at
Yeah.
220. It's at 190. Then he goes to 170. Now he loves it. Now it's 150. He can't talk enough. They lowered the price target to 180, but it's still a good buy because it's
Yeah.
20% higher. It's at 150. Then it goes all the way to 122. I mean, analysts, especially, what do we know, right? We're reading what they're telling us.
Yeah.
Morgan Stanley saying, hey, dude, buy some AMD. And you're like, okay, I'll buy some. Like Jim Cramer, what do you think about him?
I always see people hating on him. Everyone's like, whatever Jim Cramer says, do the opposite of Jim Cramer and like all this stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I don't trade off of what people tell me usually.
Right.
Sometimes I'll take it as an idea, but like I'll like he's always like I don't know. I've seen him have a lot of bad ideas though. Like I saw him call Netflix out before the gap down and stuff like that.
I saw
But
him
I
call
mean, every
XL
trader's
out once. Remember
what?
XL?
Oh
Talking about
yeah.
they do conversions.
What
They
do you
were
think of him?
$18. He loved them at 18. It went to like 9, and then he said he hated the stock, and now
Oh
it's like
my.
$2.
Yeah. What
But
do you think of him?
well, I just have two friends on Wall Street, and whenever he talks about something, they take the opposite
Oh
position.
really? They do exactly.
And they're crushing. And I've heard people like tweet like, "Hey, Unusual Whales, right? He's a good dude. You should create an ETF that's negative 3 times
I
Jim
think he is
Cramer."
doing that.
Oh, is he?
He tweeted something about it. He might have been joking though.
Yeah, I used to talk to him. Do you follow a flow at all? That's a curious question I have for you.
Yeah, I have the unusual whales flow.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
still
follow
I'm
anybody
still
else?
learning it. I use TrendSpider, like the charting software, but I'm trying to learn the unusual whale flow right now. Do you
Yeah.
use it?
No, I don't. I don't use. Unfortunately or fortunately, my mind works one way, so I just see things. And if I was trying to follow the flow, I'd probably just confuse myself.
Yeah, it's
But it's.
confusing.
I think it's awesome that people do that, and it tells you where the big money is, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
what you see,
yeah. You want to put your money where the big money's going.
right? Because 80% of the money in the market is controlled by the institutions and hedge funds.
Yeah,
And you and I and the 30 other million people out there, 20%. And that's why I say, like, I feel like they're robbing. If we were all playing on the same playing field, they're using equipment that's multi-million dollar algorithms, right? And it trades in a millisecond. And you and I are like, no, call, I need
yeah.
to call. Have you
Well,
ever
they
bought the wrong
have their
option?
things. What?
Have you ever bought the wrong option?
Oh, yeah, I've done that. And something that sucks is you accidentally buy instead of sell. That ever happened to you? Always happens.
Oh
Happened to me
yeah,
so much
I
times.
bought something. The stock went down, and I'm saying, how am I profitable by $2,000? And I go, oh my
Oh, so
god,
you
I bought puts. Yeah, it worked
you're
out.
thinking
The
yourself.
last 2 times, it's worked out for me, and I feel
Oh yeah,
terrible, and I laugh about it, but it's not funny. I feel it's a lot of money, and I've made
yeah,
2 mistakes.
yeah. Well, you learn as long as you learn and you made some money from it, then you know.
Yeah. So listen, PB, totally appreciate you spending time with me, man. I don't want to take you too long because I got to assume you have
Thank
homework
you.
or friends and both and parents and everybody. But I appreciate you, man. I thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks for having me.